The Ramsey household on 15th Street in Boulder, Colorado, had always been the epitome of suburban American charm. With its grand architecture and sprawling grounds, it seemed like the perfect setting for an idyllic family life. Yet, beneath this facade lay secrets that would soon unravel into one of the most perplexing mysteries of modern times. The night of December 25, 1996, was supposed to be no different from any other Christmas Eve, filled with warmth, laughter, and the lingering scent of pine needles. However, as the clock struck midnight, an unfathomable horror began to unfold. Patsy Ramsey, dressed in the same clothes she wore to a Christmas gathering the night before, made a frantic call to 911 early on December 26. Her voice trembled with fear as she reported that her 6-year-old daughter, JonBenét, was missing. Alongside this chilling revelation was a ransom note, eerily long and strangely meticulous, left on the staircase demanding $118,000, the exact amount of John Ramsey's Christmas bonus. But something about the note felt off. The handwriting was inconsistent, the language oddly theatrical, almost as if someone had been trying too hard to mimic a scene from a crime novel. Upon arrival, police found the house oddly undisturbed. There were no signs of forced entry, no footprints in the snow outside. It was as if a phantom had slipped in, taken the child, and vanished into the ether. The investigation quickly took a darker turn when John Ramsey discovered his daughter's body in the basement. Behind a rarely used door, illuminated by the weak glow of his flashlight, lay JonBenét's small, lifeless body. A garrote fashioned from a broken paintbrush was cruelly wound around her delicate throat. Her skull had been fractured with devastating force. The blow should have killed her instantly, yet the garrote suggested something even darker. Was she strangled while still clinging to life? The autopsy revealed a sickening reality. JonBenét had suffered injuries suggesting possible sexual abuse. Faint traces of undigested pineapple were found in her stomach, an innocuous detail that would later become a maddening puzzle piece. A bowl of pineapple with a spoon sat on the kitchen table. Had she been awake, sharing a midnight snack with someone she knew before death came creeping in? These questions swirled through the minds of investigators, creating a labyrinth of theories and suspicions. As the investigation progressed, the Ramsey family became the focal point of intense scrutiny. Their behavior, at times erratic, at times eerily composed, fueled theories that they might be involved in their daughter's murder. Why had Patsy worn the same clothes from the previous night? Why was the ransom note written inside the house? And why, when their daughter's body was found, did John immediately carry her upstairs, contaminating evidence in what should have been a secured crime scene? John and Patsy Ramsey were scrutinized mercilessly by both law enforcement and the media. They were subjected to numerous interviews, polygraph tests, and psychological evaluations. Despite their insistence on innocence, doubts lingered. Burke Ramsey, JonBenét's older brother, was 9 years old at the time and initially kept away from interrogations. However, whispers of his potential involvement refused to fade. Some experts believed the head wound could have been inflicted by a heavy flashlight, a flashlight that sat ominously on the kitchen counter, wiped clean of fingerprints. The investigation spiraled into chaos, a grotesque circus of conflicting DNA evidence, botched police work, and media frenzy. Unknown male DNA was found in JonBenét's underwear, yet it didn't match any known suspect. In 1999, the grand jury voted to indict John and Patsy for child endangerment, but the district attorney refused to prosecute, citing lack of evidence. This decision only added to the confusion and controversy surrounding the case. The investigation into JonBenét Ramsey's death was fraught with contradictions and complexities. From the outset, the case presented challenges that baffled even the most seasoned detectives. The absence of any clear signs of forced entry into the Ramsey home suggested that the perpetrator might have been someone familiar with the premises. Yet, the elaborate nature of the ransom note hinted at a more calculated and premeditated act, possibly involving someone outside the immediate family circle. Forensic analysis of the crime scene revealed a plethora of details that added layers of mystery. The garrote used in the strangulation was crafted from items readily available within the house, suggesting that the killer had planned the attack meticulously. Moreover, the presence of unknown male DNA on JonBenét's clothing pointed towards the possibility of an intruder. However, the lack of additional corroborative evidence, such as fingerprints or footprints, complicated the scenario further. Media coverage of the case reached fever pitch, with every new development being dissected and debated in public forums. The relentless pursuit of answers led to numerous theories, each more speculative than the last. Some suggested that the crime was the work of a lone intruder, driven by motives ranging from financial gain to personal vendetta. Others posited that the Ramsey family itself harbored dark secrets that culminated in this tragic event. The psychological impact on the Ramsey family was profound. John and Patsy Ramsey endured relentless media scrutiny, their every move and statement analyzed under a microscope. This pressure not only affected them personally but also cast a shadow over their surviving son, Burke, who grew up under the weight of public suspicion and judgment. Despite the extensive resources devoted to solving the case, the truth remained elusive. As years turned into decades, the case continued to haunt those involved, a haunting reminder of the unsolved mysteries that challenge our understanding of human behavior and justice. The psychological toll on the Ramsey family was immense, exacerbated by relentless media scrutiny. Each day brought new allegations and speculations, painting the family in an increasingly negative light. For John and Patsy Ramsey, the constant questioning of their integrity and parenting abilities became a daily ordeal. They faced accusations not only from the media but also from segments of the public who interpreted their actions and words through the lens of suspicion. Public perception played a crucial role in shaping the narrative around the case. Media outlets, eager to capture audience attention, often sensationalized details and speculated wildly about the circumstances of JonBenét's death. This created a skewed reality where facts were often overshadowed by conjecture. The portrayal of the Ramseys in the media contributed significantly to the public's perception of guilt or innocence, influencing how people viewed the family and their potential involvement in the crime. Burke Ramsey, growing up under the shadow of such intense scrutiny, faced unique challenges. His childhood was marked by public curiosity and speculation about his role in the events of that fateful night. This environment undoubtedly affected his psychological development, forcing him to navigate a world where he was constantly judged and doubted. The psychological impact extended beyond the immediate family. Friends, neighbors, and acquaintances of the Ramseys also experienced the ripple effects of the case. Many found themselves caught in the crossfire of media attention, their lives disrupted by intrusive reporters and nosy onlookers. The community at large grappled with the implications of the case, questioning the safety and security of their own homes and families. In the broader context, the JonBenét Ramsey case highlighted issues concerning privacy rights and media ethics. The case underscored the need for responsible journalism, emphasizing the importance of respecting the boundaries of grief and trauma. It also sparked discussions about the impact of media on public opinion and the justice system, prompting calls for reforms to protect individuals from undue influence and bias. The investigation into the JonBenét Ramsey case generated a vast array of forensic evidence, much of which has been analyzed and reanalyzed over the years. Key pieces of evidence include the ransom note, the garrote, and the DNA samples collected from the crime scene. Each of these elements offers insights into the nature of the crime and potential suspects, though none provide definitive answers. The ransom note, with its peculiar language and structure, has been a central focus of the investigation. Experts have noted inconsistencies in the handwriting, suggesting multiple authors or deliberate attempts to disguise the writer's identity. The choice of words and phrases is considered theatrical and overly complex, raising questions about its authenticity and purpose. Some speculate that the note was intended to mislead investigators, pointing fingers away from the true perpetrator. The garrote, fashioned from a broken paintbrush, provides another layer of complexity. Its creation implies planning and resourcefulness on the part of the murderer. Investigators examined whether the materials used were common household items or specific to a particular individual. The manner in which the garrote was applied suggests familiarity with the victim, indicating either a close relationship or detailed knowledge of her routine and habits. The discovery of unknown male DNA on JonBenét's clothing has been pivotal in keeping the case open. Despite numerous attempts to match this DNA with potential suspects, including family members and various leads, no conclusive matches have been found. This DNA profile remains a critical piece of the puzzle, representing a tangible link to the perpetrator that continues to elude identification. Over the years, several theories have emerged regarding the identity of the killer. One prominent theory posits that an intruder committed the crime, motivated by financial gain or perhaps a twisted fascination with the young beauty queen. Another theory suggests a family member could be involved, driven by internal conflicts or hidden motives. Both scenarios are supported by certain aspects of the evidence, yet neither can be fully substantiated without additional corroborative proof. The analysis of these evidentiary components underscores the intricate web of possibilities surrounding the case. Each piece of evidence adds a layer of complexity, challenging investigators to piece together a coherent narrative from disparate and sometimes contradictory clues. The persistence of unanswered questions highlights the enduring enigma of the JonBenét Ramsey case, a testament to the depth and breadth of the mystery that continues to captivate and confound. The legal proceedings surrounding the JonBenét Ramsey case were as convoluted as the investigation itself. Initially, the grand jury in Boulder, Colorado, voted to indict John and Patsy Ramsey for child endangerment based on the evidence presented. However, the district attorney chose not to pursue the charges due to insufficient evidence, leaving the case unresolved legally. This decision was met with mixed reactions. Some saw it as a failure of the justice system, while others believed it upheld the principle of innocent until proven guilty. The lack of a trial meant that the Ramseys never had the opportunity to publicly clear their names in a court of law, leaving a cloud of suspicion hanging over them indefinitely. Meanwhile, the media's role in shaping public perception cannot be overstated. The case received unprecedented media coverage, with news outlets around the globe following every twist and turn. This extensive coverage often blurred the lines between fact and fiction, leading to widespread misinformation. Sensational headlines and speculative reporting painted the Ramseys in a negative light, fueling public outrage and skepticism. The media's insatiable appetite for scandal transformed the private tragedy of a family into a public spectacle, affecting not only the Ramseys but also the broader community. Moreover, the case highlighted significant issues within the criminal justice system, particularly concerning the handling of high-profile cases. Critics argued that the Ramsey case demonstrated the dangers of media trials, where public opinion can overshadow judicial processes. The case also raised questions about the effectiveness of law enforcement investigations, especially in terms of preserving evidence and maintaining confidentiality. The failure to secure a conviction, despite years of investigation, underscored the complexities and challenges inherent in prosecuting such intricate and emotionally charged cases. The ongoing debate about the case continues to resonate, reflecting deeper societal concerns about privacy, justice, and media responsibility. As the years pass, the JonBenét Ramsey case remains a stark reminder of the power and pitfalls of media influence in the pursuit of justice, serving as a cautionary tale for future generations. The JonBenét Ramsey case, since its inception, has transcended its status as a mere criminal investigation to become a cultural phenomenon. It has seeped into the fabric of popular culture, influencing literature, film, and television, and sparking endless debates and conspiracy theories. This pervasive influence stems from the case's tantalizing ambiguity and the compelling characters at its center, making it a fertile ground for creative reinterpretation and speculative narratives. In literature, the Ramsey case has inspired numerous works of fiction and non-fiction alike. Authors have explored the psychological intricacies of the family dynamics, the socio-economic factors, and the cultural obsession with beauty pageants, all of which were thrust into the spotlight by the case. Books such as The Death of Innocence by John and Patsy Ramsey offer first-hand accounts and personal perspectives, while fictional works use the case as a springboard to delve into themes of morality, justice, and the human psyche. Similarly, the case has been adapted into various films and documentaries, each offering a unique perspective on the events. Movies like Who Killed JonBenét? And documentaries such as Netflix's The Murder of JonBenét Ramsey have brought the story to global audiences, ensuring that the case remains relevant and discussed. These adaptations often employ dramatic reconstructions and expert analyses, aiming to piece together the fragmented truths and unmask the culprit. Television has also played a significant role in keeping the memory of JonBenét alive. True crime series frequently revisit the case, using it as a benchmark for examining investigative techniques, media influence, and the psychology of crime. Such programs engage viewers with interactive elements, inviting them to form their own conclusions and participate in online discussions, thereby extending the case's reach and impact. Speculative theories abound, fueled by the lack of a definitive resolution. These range from the plausible to the outlandish, involving everything from family secrets to international conspiracies. The internet has been a breeding ground for these theories, with forums and social media platforms dedicated to dissecting every aspect of the case. This speculative discourse not only keeps the case alive in the public consciousness but also reflects broader societal anxieties and fascinations. The cultural significance of the JonBenét Ramsey case lies in its ability to encapsulate and reflect societal values and fears. It serves as a mirror to our collective psyche, revealing our obsessions with fame, perfection, and the darker sides of human nature. As such, the case continues to resonate, inspiring creative expressions and fostering a dialogue about the complexities of truth and justice in the modern era. The JonBenét Ramsey case remains an emblematic example of an unsolved mystery, shrouded in shadows and unanswered questions. Over 2 decades have passed since that fateful night in December 1996, yet the truth about JonBenét's death continues to elude us. The investigation, once filled with promise and fervor, has evolved into a tapestry of contradictions, incomplete evidence, and speculative theories that defy easy resolution. Despite the advancements in forensic science and investigative techniques, the core mystery of who killed JonBenét Ramsey persists. The lack of concrete evidence linking any one person to the crime ensures that the case remains open, a haunting reminder of the limitations of justice and the complexities of human behavior. Each new lead or theory brings renewed hope, only to be dashed against the rocks of inconclusive data and circumstantial evidence. The legacy of the Ramsey case extends far beyond the confines of the courtroom or the annals of criminal history. It has permeated popular culture, becoming a touchstone for discussions about media ethics, privacy rights, and the impact of public scrutiny on personal lives. The case exemplifies the challenges faced by law enforcement when dealing with high-profile crimes, where the line between justice and spectacle often blurs. For many, the case symbolizes the enduring quest for truth and justice in the face of overwhelming odds. It challenges our assumptions about guilt and innocence, highlighting the moral ambiguities that complicate the search for answers. As we continue to grapple with the enigma of JonBenét's death, the case serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of tragedy. Ultimately, the JonBenét Ramsey case stands as a testament to the power of mystery to captivate and confound. It invites us to reflect on the nature of truth and the limits of human understanding, urging us to remain vigilant in our pursuit of justice and compassionate in our treatment of those touched by tragedy. As the echoes of that cold winter night continue to reverberate through time, the hope remains that one day the shadows will lift and the truth will finally come to light.